So yesterday I was talking about mastering your energy type and how that is really the foundation for everything in human design. When you master your energy type and your authority, when you really get that locked into place, you can start exploring the other pieces of the system, and it all becomes very easy. It all becomes very natural because you start to understand when you're learning all of these other elements, you start to notice when you're in your not self, when you're being influenced by conditioning, when you're not living in alignment because you've taken this time already to get your foundation in place. You are living in alignment with your energy type. You know what it looks like. And now you can just kind of play around with the other elements of the system and really just enjoy your experience with it. So something else that I mentioned in my live yesterday was this feeling of safety. And someone commented on my video and was like, how do I get out of survival mode? Like, I want to be in alignment with my energy type. I want to understand human design and how to do all of this, but I feel like I am in this place where I constantly need to worry about surviving. I can't thrive when I feel like I'm constantly just working to make money, working to survive, working to do all of these things. I can't focus on what is exciting for me. I can't focus on being peaceful because I'm out here trying to live, I'm trying to not die. So part of that is tapping into this feeling of safety in your body. And the best way that I have found to do that is tapping into your pillars of connection. That is your mind, your body, and your intuition, or what I like to call your inner authority, right? So the fact of the matter is our body is constantly responding to our thoughts. Our thoughts create sensations in our body, and those sensations in our body, whether we, push them away or we actually take the time to feel them, affect how we show up in the world. They affect whether or not we are able to hear our intuition, whether or not we are able to see what is exciting to us and what is not exciting to us, whether we are able to take advantage of our creativity, whether we are able to see things for exactly what they are, or if we're just going to ignore it and keep living the way that we've been living, even if it isn't serving us, right? So a tool that I learned about really early on in my certification when I first started on my spiritual journey is the pillars of connection. And that's what I'm going to talk about right now. So the pillars of connection are your mind, your body, and your intuition. When you get all of these different systems working together, you can cultivate this feeling of safety. And it's from there when you can start to live more in alignment with your energy type and your authority, because you've now created a space where you're like, okay, no, I'm fine. In this moment, right now, I am okay. I can just focus on me and not worry about is something gonna happen to me? Am I going to survive this moment? I know that I'm okay, right? So the first part of this is your mind. You need to understand that not every thought in your brain, number one, requires a response, and number two, is actually true. A lot of the thoughts in our head, we think over 60,000 thoughts a day. Most of those are negative, most of them are not true, and most of them are actually bullshit. You do not have to believe every single thought in your brain. But if you're not being aware of those thoughts, then you are not taking conscious control and rejecting the ones that you do not feel are true for you or that you do not want to be true for you. If you're just working on autopilot and you're not being aware, these thoughts are causing sensations in your body and you're not aware of it because you're not paying attention. So the first part of this process is really taking time to watch your thoughts, taking time to see, okay, what the fuck is going on up here? What are we thinking right now, and what is it causing in my body? So just taking time. You don't have to sit in a specific way. You don't have to turn on meditation music. You don't have to, chant 108 times. You don't. You can just sit in a chair, in your car, on a blanket, in the park, and just listen to your thoughts. Listen to what you are saying to yourself. And don't identify with the thoughts. See it and be like, okay, thank you. See it, okay, thank you. And when there's a thought that comes up that is negative, or that you don't want to be true, or that you don't feel is true for you, or that you don't want in your experience, you can say, no, that's not true. Thank you for being here, but no. Actually, no, I'm not subscribing to that. You have the power to do that. It is your mind. These are your thoughts, and you get to decide which ones you're going to subscribe to and which ones you are not. And that is the first step. Because when you start to do that, your body is going to behave accordingly. So once we've gotten the mind part down, once we have taken conscious time to really become aware of our thoughts, now we're going to drop into our bodies. And this is really important for generators and manifesting generators, because your authority involves your gut. It involves a very physical reaction to things. If you're not tapped into your body, chances are you're not tapped into your authority. So when you come into your body, what I want you to do is think about what sensations are you feeling right now. Like, really scan your body from head to toe. What am I feeling in my head right now? What am I feeling in my chest? What am I feeling in my arms? What am I feeling in my belly, in my legs? Really take the time and notice every single sensation in your body. Just notice it. You don't have to label it as good or bad. You don't have to, you don't have to make excuses for it. Just feel it. What is going on here? And then if you want, you can take it a step further and think, okay, like this feeling in my chest, this tightness in my chest, what thoughts in my head could be causing this feeling in my chest? Maybe it's, oh, I don't have enough money to pay my rent this month. Oh, I don't know how I'm going to, I don't know how I'm going to find a job this month. I don't know how I'm going to pay my bills. All of these feelings could be creating this tightness in your chest. So see how you feel when you begin to let those thoughts go. When you begin to consciously choose what you want to think, how does that affect the sensations that you're feeling in your body? Does it lessen them? Does it make them more intense? Start to explore that connection between your mind and your body. And then once you've cut through all the noise, once you have cut through the crap of your mind and started to honor the sensations in your body, then you can get down to your intuition. Then you can get down into your authority, and you can start to tap into that knowledge, that wisdom, and that guidance. Once you have kind of gotten through everything else that was blocking you before. And this is a process. For me, it took me, I want to say, 2 weeks to a month before this process began to feel like second nature to me. At first, I was not used to that. I was like, no, this doesn't feel right. This is a lot of work. I don't want to do this. Once you start to make conscious time to connect with yourself in this way every single day, it's going to feel like second nature. It is going to be like, okay, I can tap into my mind. Tap into my body, boom, tap into my intuition. Okay, that's what we're going to do. Let's go. It gets to be that fast, but you have to make time for it. You have to consciously decide, I'm going to do this. I'm going to connect with me today. I'm going to figure out what I want to do. I'm going to figure out what is for me right now. Because so many people try to bypass this. So many of us are living in survival mode. We are just trying to get through the motherfucking day. Who has time to worry about what's exciting or what are we feeling drawn to today? What do we want to create today? So many of us are not able to do that because we are living in freaking survival mode. Because there's shit every single day that's causing us to jump into this feeling of I am not safe. I am not safe. Something is going to get me if it's really hard to tap into this feeling of peace and freedom and satisfaction and surprise and delight when you are constantly in survival mode. Your job is to first get yourself into a feeling of safety, is to cultivate that feeling of safety within your body first. Because once you feel safe, you can start to explore the other areas. You can start to expand into your energy type and into your authority. And you can start feeling this freedom and this expansion that I'm always talking about in my videos once you have taken that first step. Because trying to do any of this without first feeling safe is a mindfuck. Let me tell you, it's not impossible. It's just, you're skipping a very important step. So starting with safety is something that I always recommend for people. So with all of that being said, yesterday we talked about energy types. Today I'm going to be talking about authorities, because I kind of like to use intuition and authority kind of interchangeably. It's how you make the best decisions for you. Some people will call that intuition. Some people call it authority. I switch them in, whenever. So Your authority is what you want to be leaning into whenever you have a big decision to make. That is how you're going to know this is right for me, or no, this is not right for me. So if you are a generator or a manifesting generator, you have a sacral authority. Now, there is a variation to this because some generators and manifesting generators are emotional. So if you have an emotional authority, that's more about the timing of your decisions rather than what the decision itself is actually going to be. So if you have an emotional authority, if you're an emotional generator or an emotional manifesting generator, you are best meant to make decisions when you are emotionally neutral. You don't want to jump into making a decision when you're at an emotional high because you might overcommit to things, and you don't want to jump into making a decision when you're at an emotional low because then you might undercommit to things. But when you give yourself the time to come into an emotionally neutral space, that is when you're going to make the best decision for you, because you're not way up here and you're not way down here. You're right, in that middle level. You're like, okay, I got this. I'm good. I know exactly what I want to do. Even if you have an emotional authority, you still need to tap into your primary sacral authority, because your sacral authority is going to tell you what your decision needs to be. Your emotional authority tells you the time. Your sacral authority tells you the what. If you don't have an emotional authority, then you're just tapping into your sacral center. And your sacral center is your gut. It is that feeling of excitement. It is that feeling of being lit up. Like, yes, oh my God, that's exactly what I want to do. That sounds exciting for me to do. And for me, for a lot of manifesting generators and generators that I have spoken to, we have a very physical reaction to things. I say this all the time in my videos, on TikTok and on YouTube. When I am excited about something, when something comes into my experience that I know I want to do, that is exciting for me, I have to go to the bathroom. I need to pee, or I need to, that's how I know when I'm excited about something. Like, oop, I have to go to the bathroom. Yes, let's go, let's do it. And I start to sweat. I start to sweat like a sinner in church. I sweat everywhere, from every pore. I'm sweating like a donkey in a sauna. It's ridiculous. So whatever that physical reaction is for you, honor that. If you feel it, you're like, oh, wait, okay, does this thing excite me? Or do I actually have to go to the bathroom? Sometimes you gotta feel like, wait, whoa, do I have to go to the bathroom? Or is this, kind of like a double dutch thing? You're like, wait. What is that visceral reaction for you? Some people, they feel butterflies. Some people sweat. Some people, they start to shake. Like, they're just like, oh my God, like the excitement is so much and they're just like vibrating. It's different for everyone. So think about the times that you've been really excited about something. What was that physical feeling for you? And that's probably pretty consistent across the board. So really paying attention to your body is so important if you are a generator or a manifesting generator, which goes back to that whole safety thing that we talked about in the beginning of the video. So that's your sacral authority. If you have a splenic authority, then you have a very strong intuitive voice. Like the traditional way of defining your intuition, that is your spleen. Your spleen tells you what is healthy or what is not healthy for you in the moment. So if you have a splenic authority, the way you make decisions is based on, is this healthy for me or is this not healthy for me? And the splenic guidance, it's not super, it gives in the moment, it gives in the moment guidance. So you could be driving down the street, right? Minding your own business. And then all of a sudden you get this feeling, turn left here. And you're like, wait, no, I live straight. Why would I turn left? Turn left here. Okay, we're just going to turn. And then you find out later there was a huge accident on your street and you avoided it because you turned left instead of going straight. That is your splenic guidance. So if you have a splenic authority, when you get those intuitive hits, listen to them. That is your authority. That is your intuition speaking to you in the moment and telling you what is healthy for you or what is not healthy for you in this moment. I have a cousin who has a splenic projector child, and I guess she was taking her to like a swim lesson or something. And she was like, Mom, this doesn't feel right. Can we go? And she was like, what do you mean, can we go? You have a swim lesson. Like, what are you talking about? She's like, no, I really think that we should not be here right now. Like, I don't feel good right now. We need to go. And her mom was like, because we've talked about this. Me and her mom have talked about this. Like, your kid has a very strong intuition. You need to listen to her. She's like, okay, fine. Let's go. So they left, and something, I don't remember if like a pipe burst in the building that day, but something happened that day in the building. And she was like, the only reason we weren't there is because she said she wanted to go and something didn't feel right. And I was like, I told you. If you have a splenic intuition, if you have a splenic authority, chances are you can't explain why you're feeling what you're feeling. You just know we need to fucking go. We're not supposed to be here right now. Get your coat and pocketbook. Let's go. We do not need to be here right now. We don't need to be here right now. Literally binge watched all your videos. You make it so easy. Thank you. I really try to make it accessible because this system, there's so much. It's so intense. There's so much information in regards to human design. And I just want to give y'all the most important information, like the most pertinent stuff, so y'all can go out here and start living your best lives. Like, that's it. I love all of the esoteric stuff, but like, not everyone needs all that, you know, especially when you're first starting out. Like, you need the meat and the bones of it so you can start working with it. And then if you want to, you can dive into the deeper stuff, which is what I go into on my YouTube channel and all of that. But yes, I love breaking it down and making it more simple, of course. Yes. I love that this is resonating for so many of you guys. This is great. What about a child with no inner authority? My son is the only person I've seen with one. Okay, yeah. So let's talk about that. We talked about splenic intuition. Oh my God, why do I keep doing that? Splenic authority. So let's go to if you have no inner authority, it actually depends, because the way they do this in human design is a little bit weird. So there's a few different things that you could be if you have no inner authority. Number one, you could be a reflector. Reflectors don't have an inner authority because all of their centers are completely undefined. So if you have a chart, or if you pull your child's chart and all of their centers are undefined, it means that they are a reflector. And reflectors are very open and very vulnerable to conditioning. And the reason that they don't have an inner authority is because their strategy is to wait a lunar cycle. They are very influenced by the planetary transitions. And the way that they feel, the way that they make decisions varies from day to day to day, because they're constantly taking on other energies from the people around them, from the planetary transits and all of these things. So for them, making a decision involves waiting a 28-day period. Because when you allow yourself that time to really come to clarity on what you want to do and what feels right for you, that's when you're able to make the best decisions as a reflector, because you go through all of those energies throughout the month and you know, okay, I make the best decisions from this date to this date. This is when I feel the most clear on things that are the most important to me. But that can change from day to day because they're so open and vulnerable to their environment. Number two, you could be a mental projector. Mental projectors also come up as like a sounding board authority. And that just means that you're meant to make decisions, more logic-based decisions. Whatever is most logical for you is what you need to do. But the most important thing with people who are reflectors and they have a lunar authority or no inner authority, and mental projectors who have like a sounding board authority, is that you need time. Do not, if you are a reflector or if you are a mental projector, do not allow anyone to rush you into making a decision. Do not allow anyone to rush you into making a decision. You need time to come to clarity on whatever it is that you want or need to do. For reflectors, they need at least a month notice in advance, because their strategy, their authority is to wait 28 days. So if you have something that you want them to do for you, you need to let them know at least a month in advance, hey, do you want to do this? So that they can go through their process and get back to you in time. Don't try to rush them into making a decision. It's not good for them. They need that time to come to clarity. And I'm going to say this again because I said it yesterday. If you are a reflector or you have a reflector in your life and they feel like they never know what to do or they don't know how to make the right decisions, let them know every single day they need to be tracking the moon, because that's the thing about reflectors. They are lunar beings. They are very heavily influenced by the moon and where the moon is in the sky on a daily basis. So they need to be tracking the moon and every day writing down, how do I feel today? Where's the moon right now? How am I feeling? This thing that I need to make a decision on, how clear do I feel? And how does this relate, or how does this compare to how I felt yesterday? Every single day, they need to be doing that. They need to be tracking how clear they are, how clear they feel on what it is that they're supposed to be doing, so they can see that pattern. So they can start to see, okay, from this date to this date is when I feel the most clear. But you don't know this if you're not taking conscious time to track it. But the biggest thing for people who have a mental authority or no inner authority, or the reflectors, they need time to make decisions. Do not rush them into making a decision. It's not good. It's not good. Okay. Child with no inner authority. My son is yeah, I think your son is a reflector. I would bet money that your son is a reflector. And reflectors are super powerful, but they are very, very vulnerable to their environment. They're very vulnerable to the energies around them. They can feel very empty. They can feel like they don't know who they are. And it's important for you to give them the space to be able to come to clarity on their own. Super, super important. I have a reflector sister, and she tells me all the time, I just feel empty. I feel like I don't know what to do. Like, I feel like there's so many things and I can't handle it all at once. I'm like, you don't have to. You get to just sample everything. You don't have to be so attached to everything. You get to feel it, you get to experience it, and then let it go. Let it go. Thank you. You're welcome. I feel like I'd be fighting with logic all the time. Yeah. And the thing is, so the only people in the world who are meant to be making logical decisions, like mind-based decisions, are mental projectors. Mental projectors are 2% of the population. 2% of the population are meant to be making logical decisions. The rest of us are meant to be making body-based decisions. Like generators and manifesting generators who have their sacral authority, we are 70% of the population. 70% of the population is meant to be making decisions based on what is exciting for them. Not based on what's logical, not based on what makes the most sense, not based on what's good for everybody else. No, whatever excites us is what we're supposed to be doing. So what the hell are we out here doing? Doing shit that's logical or that doesn't excite us. That don't make no sense. That don't make no sense. Except for the fact that most of us are operating in survival mode. Because we've been born into this society that beat into us the idea that we have to make logical decisions, that we need to research every single thing before we jump into something, that if you don't get a good job, if you don't have a lot of money, you are going to die. Right? So you've been born into this society where it's like, oh, well, if I want to survive, I have to do things that I hate. And then you're wondering why you're miserable. That's why. So it's about breaking paradigms. It's about breaking patterns. It's about breaking generational, not necessarily curses, but curses, and it's coming into this new way of being, but baby stepping our way there. Because for a lot of people, it's not possible to just jump in to just doing what is exciting for you. Because you've got kids, you've got bills, you've got things that you have to take care of. And for now, maybe that requires working at a job that you don't like, but you get to baby yourself. You get to baby step yourself into this new way of being. You get to slowly take these little opportunities. And over time, you're going to see that it builds up. You're going to look back and be like, oh my God, that's where I started. And now here I am. And that is okay. You don't have to jump headfirst straight into this. You do not have to do that. Little steps forward are still steps forward. But yes, if you are not a mental projector, logic is not something that should even cross your mind. It's not. It should be, does this excite me? Is this something that is healthy for me? Is this something that my heart wants? Or is this something that is going to make me feel more like me? Those are the 4 questions, depending on what your authority is, that you should be asking yourself when you're making a decision, if you are not a mental projector. And most of us are not mental projectors. Love this. Got it. My son already does this and he's the only one. Yes. Yes. And this is, I love parents who get into human design and start learning about their children, because it really can just create this entirely new paradigm in your relationship. You really get to understand your kid on a level that I don't even think they understand themselves yet. So now you're learning about them while they're also learning about themselves, and you're learning how to really interact with them on this level that not a lot of people are doing right now. Like, gentle parenting is just now, like in 2022, becoming something that is widely accepted. Because before, it was like, you got your ass beat. I got my ass beat, so you gonna get your ass beat. Like, you know, we're moving away from that, and I'm so excited because, honestly, after a certain point, getting my ass beat didn't scare me no more. I was still doing whatever I wanted to do and getting my ass beat. Because at a certain point, I didn't care. I didn't care. I'm going to do this anyway, and I'm going to just get my ass beat. It is what it is. I don't know what you want to say. Are you speaking on being an MG? Yes. I kind of go back and forth between, you know, what I'm talking about, and sometimes I begin to ramble, but I'm answering questions. So if you have any questions about being an MG or any questions about your energy type specifically, put them in the comments and I'll go through them all. I'm going through the comments right now. Any questions you have, go ahead and drop them and I will answer them best I can. Yes, I'm a manifestor and entirely friendly. Ooh. See, that's another thing. Because if you are a non-sacral being, if you're a non-energy being, meaning you're a projector, a manifestor, or a reflector, and you are surrounded by sacral beings, you're surrounded by generators and manifesting generators, number one, you might feel like, you know, you're the only one in the family who is kind of lazy. You're the only one that isn't always doing anything. It can make you feel, I don't want to say inadequate, but like just kind of like you're falling behind. You're not. You are not. As a non-sacral being, you have the energy to do exactly what you are meant to do. You don't need to do any more than what you have the energy for. And as a manifestor, your biggest thing is just being a channel. You are here to channel things and birth new ideas, new projects, new things into reality. That is your job. You are simply the channel. You just create. Allow yourself the space and the time to just create whatever pops into your head, whatever you really feel drawn to. Allow yourself to just create that. You don't have to get super attached to it. You don't have to micromanage it. You literally get to have these inner urges and then just create them, just birth them into life, and then let people know, hey, this is what I'm going to do. If you want to jump on with me, great. If not, stay the hell out of my way. Like, you don't have to say it like that, but that's essentially what you're doing. When you inform people, you're letting them know, I'm about to do this. If you want to come with me, if you want to help out, great. If you don't, I'm going to need you to move. I'm going to need you to skedaddle because I'm doing this anyway. And then once you've created that thing, now you get to pass it on to those people who jumped on with you so you can go on and create the next thing. That's enough for manifestors. Do not pigeonhole yourself into staying with this one thing just because you've created it. No, you get to let that thing go. You get to let that thing have a life of its own while you go off and create whatever other thing is going to come into your awareness next. And you get to rest. You really get to just create and then rest, and create and then rest, and create and then rest. You don't have to do anything more than that. You literally, that's it. That is all you have to do. He's afraid of his walker. He's afraid of his walker. He won't get on it, but he stares at it all day. Listen, I know we're good at it now, but walking is really ridiculous when you think about it. Like, I'm 165 pounds and I'm standing on 2 legs, walking all day. Like, walking is terrifying, first of all. Cause I don't blame him. I'm not mad at him at all, especially if he's a reflector. Reflectors see things for what they really are. So even as an infant, as a child, he's looking like, oh no, this can't. You want me to do that? You want me to? No, this don't sound right. This don't seem right. This don't seem right. And then don't let him see somebody fall. It's like, oh, see, I told you it don't seem right. I told you it don't seem right. He does that with everything at first. Then he's like, okay, maybe I'll try it. Yeah, he needs time. He needs time to figure out, okay, am I going to do this? Is this in my best interest? I don't know, bro. I don't know. Seems kind of sketch. But he will get there. He will get there eventually, but he needs time. And that's how reflectors are. They need time to make big decisions. And for a kid, a child, learning to walk, that's a big decision. Then, like, once you start walking, nobody wants to carry you anymore. I think we should... Like, sometimes I wish, like, I had never learned how to walk, so people just carry me my whole life. But let's be honest. Who's going to do that? Who's going to carry a 28-year-old person? No one. Seems like I just walked into some big general talk. Yeah. That's how it is, though. Most of the time when I'm doing lives and people come in, they're like, what the hell are you talking about? Human design. Everything, energy type, authority. Any questions, let me know. So for my MG, it says my authority is my solar plexus and strategy is to expand. Yes. Okay. So I mentioned this before. If you have a solar plexus authority, that means you have an emotional authority. Your emotional authority determines when you make a decision. So you don't want to make a decision when you are at an emotional high or when you are at an emotional low. When you make a decision, you want to make sure that you are emotionally neutral. You're not super happy. You're not super sad. You're just kind of existing in this emotionally neutral place. Like, okay, no, this is fine. I'm good. Everything is fine. That's when you want to tap into your primary authority, which is your sacral authority. Your sacral authority responds either yes or no to things. It's like, I want to do that, or it's I don't want to do that at all. Right? My gut feels like it's taking over. Yeah. Yes, your sacral center is your gut. It is your gut. Your gut knows what is exciting for you and what is not exciting for you. So if you're an MG, your gut is literally going to tell you that's what we should be doing. Or no, we should not be doing that. We should not be doing this right now. Why are we doing this right now? That is your authority. And your strategy, which is to respond, really just means that you are responding to that gut reaction. You don't have to, that's another thing. For generators and MGs, a lot of people will tell you, oh, you have to wait to respond to other people, or you have to wait to respond to this situation. No. For me, in my opinion, my humble opinion, to respond as a generator or a manifesting generator means to respond to your sacral center. So if your sacral center sees something and it's like, yes, I'm excited by that, your response is then to go and do that thing. If your sacral center sees something and says, oh, I'm not excited by that at all, I don't want to do that, your response is then to not go do that thing. Your response is not to force yourself to go and do that thing that you are clearly not excited by. That's what responding is. Tapping into your gut, tapping into your sacral center, asking yourself, does this excite me or not? And then responding, either going to do that thing if you're excited or not doing that thing if you're not excited. That is all it means to respond to me. If you are a generator or a manifesting generator, what you do is not dependent upon anyone else outside of you. I don't care what Sally's doing. I don't care what JJ is doing. I don't care what Tina is doing. That ain't got nothing to do with you. That ain't got nothing to do with you as a generator or a manifesting generator. You are responding to your gut. That is it. That is all. Period. I hope that made sense. Let me know if this made sense. If not, I could try and explain it better, but that's basically what it means to respond. My son, he is 4 years old. He's a generator. His authority is sacral. Wow, that's wild. Yep. If you're a generator or a manifesting generator, your primary authority is your sacral center. And it's really important that you listen to it, because your sacral center is how you create energy. So the reason that generators and manifesting generators have so much energy is because when they do things that they're excited by, they create more energy. People around them are able to use it, and it also powers them. But when you are not doing things that excite you, when you are forcing yourself to do things that actually drain you and don't excite you or light you up, you get burnt out. You get frustrated. You literally feel like I have no energy to give, because you're no longer creating it, because you're doing something that literally is not exciting to you. So that's when you get manifesting generators and generators who are like, I don't have a lot of energy, or I feel really frustrated all the time, or I feel like, I constantly need to rest, probably because you're burned out. So yeah, all you're going to want to do is sleep because you're burned the hell out. Rest. Give yourself a week even to just not do anything. And that is a luxury I understand that a lot of people don't have right now. But that's why you're feeling the way that you're feeling. That's why you're feeling like you have no energy, because all of your energy is wrapped up in all this other crap that isn't exciting for you. I love that I learned this from you. Yes, you're speaking about us. Yes! Girl, look. When I first started learning about human design, I was literally burnt out. I had no energy. I had no motivation. I wasn't excited by anything. Nothing sounded good to me. I didn't know what the hell. I was also depressed. I would wake up 2:00 in the afternoon, maybe have breakfast, maybe not, have the TV on, not really be watching it, just kind of sitting in darkness, not really be eating, not wanting to do anything, because I was just so frustrated. And it felt like I couldn't do anything. I didn't want to do anything. And then I found human design, and I was like, well, maybe, and I didn't have a job at this point. I was like, well, maybe, what if I gave myself a week to just do whatever the hell I wanted to do? And that 1 week, when I didn't tell myself no, whenever I got excited by something, I just went out and did it. That 1 week changed everything for me. Literally everything. Because I realized I do have a lot of energy when I'm doing something that I love. I do know what I want when I'm not all wrapped up in all of these other things that are draining for me. I know what I want to do. And now I'm here. Is sacral the same as solar plexus? No. So so if you look at your body graph chart, right? Your solar plexus, when you're looking at it, like if you're looking at your body graph chart, on the right-hand side, the triangle on the right-hand side, that is your solar plexus. That's your emotional center. That's where your emotions are housed, right? The square in the middle towards the bottom of your chart, not the bottom square, but the one right above your bottom square, that is your sacral center. So your solar plexus is on the far right side, your sacral center is in the middle. And your sacral center is the red square, and your solar plexus is the brown triangle. So those are two separate centers. Your solar plexus is your emotional center, and your sacral center is your energy center. That's your motor center. That's the largest motor center in the body. And that is what you are ruled by as a generator or a manifesting generator. So those are two separate centers. But if you are a generator or an MG and you have your solar plexus defined and your sacral center defined, those two centers work together in order for you to make aligned decisions. So not every manifesting generator or generator has them both. Like, I actually don't have an emotional authority. My solar plexus is undefined. So I just focus on my sacral center. Regardless of what emotions I'm feeling, I do what I'm excited by. And every moment's like, I'm excited by that. Let's go. Let's fucking go. But if you are an emotional generator or an emotional manifesting generator, you'll feel these things. You'll be like, oh, I'm excited by that. But wait a minute. I'm kind of in an emotional low right now. So I'm going to give it a minute. I'm going to give myself a minute. And I'm going to come back to this when I'm feeling emotionally neutral. And you come back when you're emotionally neutral. If you're still excited by that thing, fucking go for it. Go for it. So that's the difference between, emotional generators and emotional manifesting generators and non-emotional generators and non-emotional manifesting generators. Okay, what was I? Oh, I was talking about authorities. Where'd I stop? I talked about sacral authority. I talked about emotional authority. I talked about splenic authority. Okay, so let's go to the heart authority or the ego authority. I find a lot of manifestors have ego authorities. And I don't necessarily like calling it ego authority. That is what it's called, but I like to call it the heart authority. So your heart authority is literally, I want what I want, and that's it. That period. The heart center is where your willpower and your motivation is kind of housed. It's also where we get, material matters, wealth, influence, money, career. This is where you find your drive for those things. So if you have a heart authority, it's literally the question you're asking yourself is this on my heart? Is this something that my heart truly wants? And if the answer is yes, you go for it. If the answer is no, you let it go. And it's that simple. I want what I want, and that's it. And people who have a heart authority, a lot of the times people will call them selfish. Like, oh, you're so selfish. You only want to do the things that you want to do. Yeah. And what? Like, I'm sorry? And that's not to say that you can't do things for other people, because you absolutely can. Our society wants to hammer into us this idea that in order to make other people happy, we have to do what they want us to do. No. I can still do things for you in a way that lights me up. I can still bring you joy and bring you happiness in a way that still feels good for me. Right? Like, that's a thing. There's more than one way to bring happiness or joy to another person. You do not have to do the exact things that people want you to do in order to make them happy. You don't. You do not. So if someone wants you to do something and you're like, that doesn't excite me, how about, I do this instead? Or how about I do it in this way instead? How can I make it so that this still feels good for me and I get to bring you happiness and bring you joy as well? The two things can be true at the same time. It is not an all or nothing thing. It's not. So for people who have a heart authority, really tap into that question. Is this something my heart wants? Is this something that I want to do? Yes or no? The answer is no. Don't fucking do it. Don't fucking do it. And if it is, go for it. You have my complete permission to go for it. Right? Okay, heart authority, G center authority. So, your G center is your identity center. This is where your feelings of self-love are housed, your feeling of lovability, your sense of direction, your sense of purpose, your sense of who you are. All of that is housed in your G center. So if you have a G center authority, for you, making decisions comes down to, is this going to make me feel like more of who I really am? Is doing this thing an extension of me? Is this going to allow me to express myself more fully, more authentically? Is this going to allow me to be more of who I really am? The answer is no. Don't fucking go for it. If you are thinking about doing something because you think it's going to make someone else happy, or you're trying to get love from someone else by doing it, or you think it's going to make you more like another person or make you more lovable to another person, don't fucking do it. Don't do it, because that's not your G center authority talking. That is your ego talking. That is your fear talking. That is not your G center talking to you, because your G center is never going to say, oh, you should do this thing so that they'll like you. Your G center don't give a fuck if them people don't like you. It don't care. It doesn't care. I'm sorry. It doesn't care. Your G center is all about you. What do you want to do? What's going to make you feel more like you? What's going to allow you to express yourself more fully and authentically? That's what your G center cares about. And another thing, if you have a G center authority, chances are you don't do well trying to work through things in your head. If you have a G center authority, you make better decisions when you allow yourself to talk through things out loud or with someone. When you allow yourself to kind of just bounce off of people, right? Oh, you have a pretty smile. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. What jobs do you suggest for projectors? Jobs that do not require a lot of manual labor. Off top, like if I was thinking like right off the top of my head, if you're a projector, manual labor, not your thing. Not your thing. You are here to guide. You are not here to do. So any job that is going to require you to do physical work for more than 2 to 4 hours a day, not your thing. It's not to say that you can't, because like if you want to, you can. I just don't think you're going to want to. I don't think that projectors thrive in environments where they have to work, like do manual work for more than 2 to 4 hours at a time. Personally, in my experience, that's just that it doesn't work for you. You don't have the energy for it. As a projector, you are a guide. So things like consulting, freelancing, working with companies to help their systems be more efficient. You're very efficient. As a projector, you are very, very efficient. So helping people to become more efficient, helping businesses to become more efficient, business consultants. Trying to think. I feel like I should have more of these off the top of my head, but essentially any job where you are allowed, where you guide people, where you help people get to a specific destination, even coaching. I think projectors are fantastic coaches. I have a cousin who's actually on TikTok. So if you're looking to start dating, you should go look up my cousin. Her name is Tikora the dating coach. She's a dating coach and she's on TikTok and she helps women find love, find fulfilling relationships, create, get married. She helps women get married. That's what she loves to do. And she's a projector. And that's what she does. That's literally what she does. She also, I think she has like a day job. And I think she works with companies helping them with their marketing. She's a marketing consultant. That's what she does. She guides people on how to date and she guides businesses on how to make their marketing more efficient. As a projector, that is your bread and butter. You're very good at telling people, look, this is what you're doing wrong and this is how you fix it. Run me my check. You're very, very good at that as projectors. That's just what you do. I'll be ready to take a nap. Yes! Projectors, a good nap for a projector is like heaven. And as a projector, you need to nap. Forcing yourself to go and go and go and go, number one, is not healthy. You're gonna get burned out. And number two, it takes away from your ability to guide other people because you're so fucking tired. Take a nap. Take a nap. That's what I aspire. That's exactly what I aspire to do. Yes. Do that. Whatever it is that you need to do to break into this field of being a freelancer or a consultant or a coach, do it because you're good at it. As a projector, you are very good at guiding people. Allow yourself to kind of explore, okay, in what way do I want to guide people? What am I good at that I could help other people become good at? Even like a productivity coach. You know how many people out here are trying to be more productive and don't know where to start? As a projector, you know where to start. You know what to do because you're very efficient already. These are the managers of the stores, babysitters, teachers, accountants, architects. These are the managers of the stores. Drew, what you talking about? I'm saying that projectors are like, yeah, projectors can definitely be managers. I don't know about babysitters. Babies be, it depends on the babies, but some kids be doing the most. It depends on the kid for projectors, because I don't know. I wasn't a very good babysitter. I got bored really easily. Accountants, yeah. They're projector accountants for sure. Put it in the chat. Oh, okay, wait. Tikora, the dating coach. Did it work? I think it works. Okay, so I just put my cousin's name in the chat. She's a dating coach. and she's amazing. So if you're looking for love, follow my cousin. I'm a 4-1 projector. Ooh, okay. So 4-1s are actually pretty rare. And the reason that 4-1s are rare is because you have a juxtaposition angle for your Incarnation Cross. And that just means, so let me go over this. There's a thing in human design called karma. And your karma is just basically what you're meant to do in this life. So if you have a personal karma, it means that you are here to work on your own personal growth, right? So that's a personal karma. If you have a transpersonal karma, that means you're here to focus on the growth of the collective. If you have a juxtaposition karma, it means that you're a 4-1, and that means this life is kind of a bonus for you. You get to focus on your own personal growth, and you get to focus on the growth of other people, however it suits you. Like if you wake up one day and you're like, you know what, I'm gonna just focus on me today. I'm gonna focus on me today. That is energetically correct for you. If you wake up a week later and you're like, you know what, I think I wanna help the collective grow. That is also energetically correct for you. You get to do both. You get to dip into both sides of the karma pool, if you will. So being a 4-1, the way that you share your wisdom with the people that are closest to you. Your message, the things that you are here to share, the impact that you're meant to have, you're not necessarily going to have that impact on everyone. You work very closely with specific people. You work with the people that are closest to you, and that's who you share most of your wisdom with. Well, at the same time, you have that one line in your profile, which means that you have a very foundational base of information. The way that you take in information, you take in information very well from other people. You're also the expert. People who have 1s in their profiles become the expert in something because you have that very traditional way of learning, researching, taking notes, having a mentor. You're very, very good at understanding things. You're driven to understand things. You are driven to learn. You're driven to get all of this knowledge, and that feels good for you. So you have all of this knowledge and you share it with the people closest to you. And the way that opportunities come to you is through those foundational relationships that you create with other people. At the same time, being a projector, this means that you're really going to become an expert in something and help other people and guide them to where they want to be. So I always say that the smartest people in the world are projectors that have 1s in their profile. Because you're driven to learn. You are driven to understand. For you, knowledge is power. And you're able to use that knowledge to help other people do the things that they want to do in a way that is most efficient for them. So that's kind of the gist on, 4-1 and being a projector. Literally, I love guiding people. Yes. Does it tell you when someone blocks you on live? I don't know. I've never been blocked on live. I don't think it would, though. I feel like that would kind of defeat the purpose. Are manifesting generators more into being serial entrepreneurs? I would say generally yes, but that's not always the case. There are some manifesting generators who have just one business and they have, a lot more hobbies. Or they have one business with like an umbrella that's under like an umbrella, and they just talk about a lot of different things. Like for me, I call myself a human design coach, but I like to talk about a lot of different things. I'm a yoga instructor, so sometimes I talk about yoga. I'm a meditation teacher, so sometimes I talk about meditation. I'm a life coach, so sometimes I talk about, mindset and all of these other things. But my umbrella topic that I put myself under is basically spirituality. So I can talk about anything under the spiritual umbrella because that's where I've decided that I'm really good at connecting with people is through, spirituality and human design and astrology and all these things that I'm really interested in. So I have one business. I just talk about a bunch of different shit in like underneath this umbrella of spirituality. But there are a lot of manifesting generators who have, a bunch of different businesses because they have a lot of different interests that maybe don't fit under one umbrella. And for manifesting generators, that is energetically correct. There are also some generators who have a lot of different hobbies, even though the general advice about generators is that they're here to master a few things and not necessarily all of the things. Some generators feel like more like manifesting generators, and they have a lot of different interests, and that's perfectly okay. There's no rules in human design that says that you're a generator, so you have to stick to one thing. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. If you are a manifesting generator and you feel drawn to one specific thing, go for it. That doesn't make you less of a manifesting generator. It doesn't make you a bad manifesting generator. If you're a generator and you're drawn to a lot of different things, it doesn't make you a bad generator. It just makes you who you are. And there's nothing wrong with that. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that. Be who you are. That is the core message. In my opinion, that is the core message of human design. Be who the fuck you are. Period. Like, it's not, I don't teach this to limit people. I don't teach this in a way like, oh, you're a projector, you can't do this. Bullshit. Because I'm the type of bitch, you tell me I can't do something, I'm going to do it anyway. Just to prove to you that I can. So I'm not going to teach something and be like, because you're this, you can't do this. Bullshit. Now, I will say, because you're this, you might not want to do this. Like I said before, projectors might not want to work 8 hours a day manual labor. That don't mean you can't. I just don't think you're going to want to. So, there's a difference there, but no, some manifesting generators are serial entrepreneurs, and some are not. Some are more stable. Some generators are serial entrepreneurs and some are more stable. It depends on the person. And that's what makes us so unique. That's what makes this system so unique, is because it takes into account that we are all different, right? That there are all different types of people, that there are different, what's the word I'm looking for? There are different combinations that can come from this system, and that's beautiful. You have a big, beautiful smile. Thank you. Thank you. I love that. I love that. Hi, what is human design? Human design is a spiritual system that basically tells you how you are best meant to operate in the world. So the way that I like to describe human design, we all have energy, right? That the essence that animates our bodies, that gets us up in the morning, that keeps our heart beating, that is what I will call energy, right? Or prana. And the Chinese call it qi, yeah? I believe that we have exactly the amount of energy to do what we are meant to do. I don't believe we need to do anything more or less than what we have the energy for. And human design physically shows us where we have the most energy and how we need to be using that energy. And that is how I like to describe human design. It literally shows you where you're meant to use your energy and where you are not meant to use your energy. What is best for you to focus on and what is best for you to release. That's how I like to describe human design to people who are new to it, to my clients, all of the things. Thank you for confirming this for me. Of course, you're welcome. Managers equals babysitters. You know what? I think that's why I was never great at being a manager. I'm not the best babysitter. I also kind of feel like I'm still a little bit of a kid, so what the hell do I look like trying to manage somebody? Like, no. It's just, it's never been my thing, honestly. Jobs for manifesting generators or generators. Whatever excites you. Whatever excites you. And this is another thing that I take my stand on. I don't care, as a manifesting generator or a generator, I don't care what you do. Okay? I don't care what you do. I don't care if you're milking cows. I don't care if you're chopping down trees. I don't care if you're living in a tent and doing needlepoint. I don't care what you're doing as long as it excites you. Because as long as you're doing something that excites you, you are generating energy and you're pushing that energy out. That is the only thing you need to do. So if you say, I'm a manifesting generator or I'm a generator, and the only thing in the world that excites me is fishing. I want to fish all day, every day. Fishing it's so exciting to me. I wake up every day and I'm so excited to get to the lake and start fishing. Then by golly, you get you a job where you can fish every day. I don't care what it is. I don't care what excites you. I don't care what lights you up. I just care that you are doing it every single day. So whatever it is that excites you as a generator or a manifesting generator, that is your job. Find a way. Find some way to make that your job. I don't care what it is. I don't care. You see these people, and I didn't know this was a thing. There are professional fucking mermaids. There are people who are wearing mermaid tails and swimming in tanks all fucking day, and that's their job. Hello? I'm sorry? Mermaids? I don't care what excites you. Whatever it is, that is your job. Find some way to make that your job. If people can become fish and swim around in a tank all day, you can do whatever you want to do as a job. Whatever excites you as a job, you can do it, because there are literal mermaids. There are people in the world who are making millions of dollars a month selling yo-yos. Yo-yos. I don't even know how to yo-yo. And people are literally making millions of dollars a month selling yo-yos. Tell me again how you can't find a job that excites you. How? Whatever excites you, make that your job. Find some way to get paid for that. Because if it is exciting for you, then that is what you need to be doing if you are a generator or an MG. Period. Okay. What about right cross of Eden? I don't see much info on that. Okay, so your Incarnation Cross. The thing about me as a reader, I don't know the names of all the Incarnation Crosses, because your Incarnation Cross is made up of different elements in your chart. So I don't worry about the name. When I interpret your Incarnation Cross, I am looking at all of the different elements that make up your Incarnation Cross, and I'm interpreting it that way. Because there are literally thousands of combinations for Incarnation Crosses, and there's no way for me to memorize all of them. So when I am interpreting someone's Incarnation Cross, I am literally interpreting every single element of their Incarnation Cross. So if you tell me like what your individual gates are, I can interpret it that way. But just from the name of the Incarnation Cross, I could not tell you, because there's so many different combinations, and there's no way for me to fit all that information in my brain. But if you tell me what your gates are, I could probably do it that way. I also have my human design email coaching, where you can ask me like either 3, 5, or 10 questions about your chart, and I'll obviously answer them. So that's the link in my bio. If anyone has any specific questions about their chart that they want to know, that is an option for working with me. I also have readings available, and all of my products and services are 20% off for the next few days if you use the code YAY500 at checkout. Also, I'm doing a giveaway. I'm doing a giveaway on my YouTube channel, and I'm giving away 5 50% discount codes. I'm giving away 3 of my human design energy type workbooks, and the grand prize winner is going to get lifetime access to all of my self-paced courses. So if you haven't entered my giveaway yet, definitely do that, because I'm giving away a lot of shit. So if you haven't entered that, definitely do that. Jasmine Tyler, hi. You talking about me, girl? Am I? Wow, that helps a lot. Thank you. You're welcome. Your information's always so helpful. Yay, I'm glad it was helpful. I love knowledge and teaching. That's me. My thinking is way outside the box. I'm a life coach. Yes. Oh, I love that. I'm a life coach too. I love meeting fellow life coaches. It is so hot in this court, and I don't know where my fan is. Amen. I manifested a bunch of stuff. How do I get paid to teach people how to do this? How do you get paid to teach people how to manifest? Well, the way that I've seen people do it is by starting a YouTube channel and talking about manifestation, starting a TikTok and talking about manifestation, and also giving away a lot of free information really, really helps. So I know like the whole goal is to like, you know, sell your stuff, sell your services. But really, when you start off giving really good free information, the natural byproduct is that people are going to want to work with you. And that's just what I've experienced. That's what a lot of other coaches have experienced. But yes, to get paid to teach people how to manifest, you just got to start putting yourself out there, whether that's through a blog or like blogging was really big back in the day. It might be making a comeback. Even just having an Instagram. There's so many manifestation coaches on Instagram who are just using Instagram and make really good money. So if that's something that you want to do, that's something that you're really, really good at, definitely start to put yourself out there. Start to make that your job. I love it. Thank you. Say less. See them at the bars. Yes. What's the difference between left cross and right? Okay, so if you have a right cross for your Incarnation Cross, that means you have a personal karma. And your personal karma is, you know, what I said before about focusing on your own personal growth. And when you focus on your own personal growth, if you have a right angle cross or personal karma, you focusing on yourself is naturally going to help the collective move forward. So your job is to focus on you, but you're indirectly helping the collective move forward by focusing on you. Yeah. So if you have a left angle cross, that means you have a transpersonal karma and you're meant to focus on the growth of the collective. And as you focus on the growth of the collective, you grow as a byproduct of that. So that's the difference between left angle and right angle. And then as I mentioned before, if you have a juxtaposition angle, then you are a 4-1, which means you have a fixed fate karma and you can basically, you know, do either or. Can you talk about manifestors finding a job? Yes. So, okay, let me ask you this one. How do we enter? So to enter my giveaway, all you have to do is click the link in my bio and go to my YouTube channel and then scroll down to the giveaway video. And all you have to do is subscribe and leave a comment. Either questions that you have about human design or how human design has changed your life in some way. Anything that's human design related, go ahead and leave a comment and that's it. Just subscribe and comment. That's how you enter the giveaway. Can you talk about manifestors finding a job? Okay, so the thing about manifestors is that you are the creatives. You are the innovators. You are the trendsetters of the collective. So something that's very important for you as a manifestor is freedom. You need the freedom to be able to create the things that you feel called to create. This is why, and I'm not saying this to be limiting at all. This is why a lot of manifestors find that they don't necessarily thrive in a 9-to-5 environment because they don't normally get the freedom that they require to be able to create in the way that they want to create. Now, this does not mean that you cannot have a 9-to-5 job or that you can't be happy in a 9-to-5 job. It just requires you to find a job that's going to allow you to be as creative as you want and need to be, and that's going to give you the freedom to create the things that you want to create. For a lot of people, that means having their own business. That means being able to create their own hours. That means being able to choose what they sell and what they do not sell. However, it is very possible to find a job that will give you that amount of freedom that you need, that will give you that amount of space and time to be as creative as you want to be. But that's the most important thing for you as a manifestor in finding a job. You need freedom and you need time and space to be creative. If you can find those two things in a 9-to-5 job, go for it. Absolutely go for it, especially if it calls to you in some way. But for a manifestor specifically, if you're not feeling free, if you're feeling limited in some way, if you're feeling like your creativity is not being recognized or appreciated, if you feel like you don't have the time or space to create the things that you want to create, chances are you're not necessarily going to thrive in that environment, and you need to put yourself in a space where you are able to do those things. So there's no really, specific job for manifestors or specific job, for reflectors, for generators. It really just is finding a place where you have everything that you need in order to live in alignment with your energy type. So you can thrive anywhere as long as you have those elements, basically. Let me know if that makes sense. How long have you been on TikTok? How long have I been on TikTok? I want to say maybe 9 months. I think I started TikTok in October of last year. October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July. 9 months! Oh my God! Wow, that was a guess. Yeah, so I would say 9 months. Actually, no, that could be a lie. No. I think that's a lie. Because I was making TikToks in my old apartment. So it might actually almost be a year at this point. Or it might be a year at this point. 9 months to a year. Somewhere in that date range is how long I've been on TikTok. I just recently started growing. And I just recently hit like 1,000 followers. So this is like one of the first few times that I've ever gone live. But yeah, I've been on TikTok for a little bit now. A funnel for freebies. Yes. Speaking of freebies, I have a free guidebook that literally walks you through some exercises to help you get in touch with your energy type and get in touch with your authority. So if you're new to human design and you kind of want to dip your toes in, that is an option. My free guidebook, Embodiment Through Human Design guidebook. You get that, the link in my bio, totally free. But yes, freebies definitely help for sure, especially when you can get people on an email list, because then you've got them. You've got their email list. You can talk to them whenever you want. Makes sense with the right cross. Yep. Can you talk about manifesting pregnancy? I think you mean like actually, so the act of manifesting a pregnancy. I will say this, because I didn't come on here to talk about manifesting, but I will. If you're manifesting anything, the key is your thoughts. You have to change your thoughts if you are going to change your reality. Your thoughts are the cause. Your outer reality is only the effect. So if you're always thinking, oh, it's so hard to get pregnant. Oh, I can't get pregnant because of this. I'm too old to get pregnant. The chances of you getting pregnant are much slimmer. You have to change your thoughts to what you want them to be in order to create the life that you want. So that's literally the first thing, is changing your thoughts. I've never been pregnant, so I don't actually, but if I were to want to get pregnant, be like, oh, I guess I'm so fertile. Would you say that? Like, I'm so fertile. Getting pregnant is easy for me. My partner and I are easily able to get pregnant, things like that. I've been feeling so trapped by my manager. Yes. And the thing about being a manifestor is you hate feeling trapped. You hate feeling like you don't have options. You hate also, as a manifestor, you don't like being told what to do. That's another thing that I think might make it difficult for being in a 9-to-5, job as a manifestor, is that you don't like being told to do. You don't like being told what to do. You don't like someone else telling you what you can and can't do. That's not your favorite thing as a manifestor. Again, not to say that you can't have a 9-to-5 job, but do you want one? Is that the best space for you? It depends. But yes, I definitely know that feeling about being trapped by a manager, especially if you work in like customer service or like even food service, where you feel like you have to always be nice. You have to always be on your toes. It sucks. Do you find the human design community elitist? Ooh. I find that there's elitist members in any community. Honestly, I think there's some elite people in the manifesting community. I think there's some elitist people in the spiritual community overall. I have come across some people in the human design community that teach things in a way differently to the way that I teach. I find it very limiting. And I kind of just chalk it up to different interpretations, different perspectives. And that's fine for you if that's how you want to teach and everything. I'm never going to say that someone else's opinion is wrong. However, I teach things a little bit differently because I learn things a little bit differently. But I think that there's elitist members in every community, I think, for sure. So not to say the whole community is elitist, because I don't think that at all. But I think, we've got our elitist people in every community for sure. Freedom and creativity. Yep. Congrats on 1,000. Thank you. Literally so excited. Like I'm almost at 3,000 at this point. I'm almost freaking out because like there's 3,000 people who were like, oh yeah, I want to follow this chick. She knows what she's talking about. I think it's literally the most awesome thing in the world. It's so cool. What do you think about Sidereel human design? I've never heard of that. What is that? I'm not gonna lie. I get a little bit nervous when people bring up things that I've never heard of before because I'm like, wait, whoa. Oh God, what is that? Like someone was talking about anchor points the other day. I'm like, what the fuck is an anchor point? Wait a minute, what is this? But I love learning about new things. I love discovering something that I didn't know about before. So yes, please tell me, educate me. What is Sidereel human design? Because I feel like that's something I should know. Love all your content. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, I'm so excited. Now I gotta look this up. Wait a minute. I gotta look this up. Look this up. Wait a minute. Wait. Okay. Anyone has any other questions? Go ahead and drop. What was I was talking about something. Was I talking about something? I feel like I was. We talked about, mental authority. Let's go back to authorities. Oh, okay, wait. We use tropical astrology, but the East use a different system, which is Sidereel. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I know about the two different types of astrology. Oh my God. Astrology. I didn't realize that there was a human design for, is it Vedic astrology? I did know there were two different systems for astrology. I didn't realize that there was another human design system for Vedic astrology. That's super interesting. I didn't know that. Sidereel human design. Oh my God. Okay. When sidereal charts are calculated, it's based on the idea that okay, wait. I'm starting to sweat. Okay. Okay. Wait, where'd it go? I don't use... Okay. Tropical and sidereal are two different approaches to astrology and how charts are calculated. You can read about it here. Okay. The charts you get from My Body Graph. For reference, I use mybodygraph.com to pull charts for my clients. So the charts you get from My Body Graph and Jovian Archive are the tropical system in human design. So that's what I use. Genetic Matrix, which is not affiliated with Raoul-Hu's Human Design School, offers a view of your chart called Sidereel. This chart is the spark of all controversy in human design. Human design is a mechanical system dependent on the movement of neutrino streams. Yes, I talked about that on my channel too. Through the planets. This determines your body graph, which reveals your type, strategy, and authority. Remember, the planets move. Yes, they do. When sidereal charts are calculated, it's based on the idea that neutrino streams are moving through 12 fixed stars, then through the planets, which become too diluted to become impactful when they reach us. What the fuck? Okay, wait. Okay, so the chart that the page that I'm reading right now, she's showing her tropical human design, which is like, for me, the normal human design. And she is a 3/5 self-projected projector, which means she has a G center authority and she's a projector, right? So then her sidereal human design, she's a 1/3 emotional generator. I'm sweating. Okay. So, oh my God. Wait. So okay, wait. Calm down. Okay. I'm stressed out. Wait. So it's, okay, so you work with sidereal human design. Yeah, that's, oh my God, what the hell? Okay, so now I gotta know. Wait, what is mine? Wait, okay, wait, no. I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna fucking look it up. Okay. So we're gonna, okay, wait. So wait, how do I find it? Okay, wait. Oh my God, I'm stressed out. Okay. Okay, so so we're gonna go to genetic matrix. I'm a 5-1 emotional generator. And inside of I'm 3-5 manifesting generator. What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh my god. Okay, we're gonna figure it out. I'm gonna pull, you're seeing this in real time. I'm gonna pull my chart up. Okay. Is this my chart? This is my chart. Okay, it says tropical. Oh shoot. Dang it. I think I have to pay for it. Damn it! It's not letting me choose. I think I have to pay. I have to upgrade my membership. Shit! Damn it! Okay, you know what? No, we're gonna figure this out. You know what? I'm gonna upgrade my membership and then come back and let you guys know what mine is, because I need to know. Wait. Oh, no. Wait a minute. I think I found one that'll do it for free. I think I found one. Okay. Name, year. What month was I born? Oh. Day, hour. Okay. Oh, I have to, okay. Let's do that. Okay. Yeah. Okay. What the fuck? Oh my god. Wait a minute. Okay, you guys. I'm a 5-1 emotional manifestor. What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Wait. Y'all look at my chart, bro. Let me drop this website. I'm gonna drop the website. Let me drop it. So it is human can't spell design.com. Okay, so that's the site that I use, y'all. What? When I tell you, okay, first of all, I love manifestors. I love manifestors so much. I'm a 5-1 manifestor. Bitch, what? What? Oh, I'm sweating so much. This chart is completely different from my tropical, like, I don't know. I don't know. I can't think straight. I think parts of it resonate. I think parts of it do resonate. Cause like my type changed, but I went from a manifesting generator to being a manifester. And then my profile changed. I went from being a 3-5 to a 5-1. So the 5 is still there, and I still have that manifestor energy that's still there. So, oh my gosh, wait! Oh my god, this is crazy. And here, my solar plexus is defined. For my tropical, I'm a non-emotional manifesting generator, but here I'm an emotional manifester. What? My whole life is like, I'm gonna need a minute. I'm gonna have to come back and let y'all know after I've processed this, because this, bro, what? You gotta have Gemini in your chart. Actually, you know what's so interesting? My, the moment I was born, the Earth was in Gemini. The Earth was in Gemini. So when I was born, the Earth is in Gemini. So, but I think that would be the only Gemini that I have in my chart. Carrie, is your name? Carl. Carl, do you understand what you've done to me at this point? Like, I don't think you quite understand what having. I'm definitely having an identity crisis. I am having an identity crisis. I swear. Bro, I'm done. This is crazy. This is crazy. And I'm a left angle? Bro. What? I can't. I'm gonna have to dive into this. And check back in with y'all. Cause it's a lot. It is a lot. Okay. Let's okay, so I just found out I'm a 4/6 and I'm an NG. Okay, so the thing about 4/6s, y'all are natural humanitarians. Literally, you care so deeply, but at the same time, you're really meant to be the role model that you needed as a child. Like, that's like, you learn through trial and error, and then you get to this point where you're ready to start sharing your knowledge, but you really just become the person that you needed to see as a kid. And you're able to share everything that you've learned with the people who are closest to you. And that's where your opportunity is. My phone got hot and then it cut off, but I'm back now. Yeah, my phone was like, it's too hot, so I'm cutting off. So then that's what happened. Okay. What was the website again? Oh shoot, what was the website? I think it was Cosmic. Was it Cosmic Human Design? I think it was Cosmic Human Design. Cosmic, cosmichumandesign.com. I'll put it in the comments. Yeah, I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to come back. I'm gonna have to process and then come back and check in, because this is still a lot of information to take in all at once. But I'm gonna come back. We're gonna come back. We're gonna discuss this again. And we're gonna discuss this. And Carl, we're gonna have to talk, because you just dropped this bomb on me in my life, and now I'm all frazzled. I'm just like, you know. So we're gonna talk. It's fine. Y'all literally are experiencing me having an identity crisis. It confused me, right? I am thoroughly confused. Thoroughly. Completely. I don't even know much about generators, honestly. Generators are I like to call generators the battery of society, because you literally keep everyone in the world. You literally make the world go round. Your energy is what powers the entire world, and you're only creating that energy when you're doing what excites you. So when you're doing things that drain you, when you're doing things that don't light you up, you are doing a tremendous disservice to everyone around you. And that's how I like to look at it, is that by doing what lights me up, by doing what excites me, I'm actually helping everyone in the entire world. So how selfish is it of me to deprive myself of the things that light me up and that allow me to help the entire world? And that was kind of when a switch kind of flipped in my head. I'm so happy. Yay. I love happy people. I love when people are happy. Okay. I'm, 'cause I'm at a loss. Honestly, at this point, I'm just like, I really want to dive into this. So I think I just did it, and I'm a 5-2 projector instead of a 3-6. Like, what? It's just, I know, like, okay. Yeah, I knew about Vedic astrology, but I never even thought about, it never crossed my mind that there would be another version of human design based off of Vedic astrology. But like, now I get it. Like, that makes sense. Wow. I just keep looking at my chart like, what? It's just, it's crazy. When you cut out of the 4-6, okay, that's what I was talking about. So 4-6 profiles are the humanitarians. You care so deeply, and the way that you share your knowledge is through being a role model, but it's by being the role model that you needed when you were a kid. So for a lot of people who have 6 lines in their profile, you have this 3-stage kind of process where you experiment, you learn through trial and error, and then you take a period of time to kind of synthesize the information and take out the things that are pertinent to you and turn that into wisdom. And then once you hit a specific age, usually around the age of 50, that's when you really start to step into this role model kind of role. Is there another word for that? You step into being this role model. And that's how you really share your wisdom with the people around you, is through being a role model. But at the same time, the people that are going to get the most out of your wisdom are the people that are closest to you. And people who have 4 lines in their profile, you're naturally very good at networking and dealing with people, but you are always going to be drawn to the people that you are closest to already. Those foundational relationships are really important for you. So that's a 4-6. Could you do 2-4 next? Okay, so 2-4s, I honestly really enjoy 2-4s because you have this almost push-pull kind of energy in your chart, because the 2 lines are the Hermit. And if I'm looking down, it's because I'm still dealing with this whole Sidereel chart situation. So I'm really just, my brain has exploded. And you're watching my brain explode live on camera today. So I'm so sorry, but it's very difficult for me to focus. Okay, so 2-4s, you have this natural like push-pull energy in your chart because the 2 lines are the Hermit. You have very innate wisdom. You were born very wise. You were born with a lot of information already. So in order for you to access that wisdom, in order for you to synthesize the information that you already have within you, is through being alone. But at the same time, your 4 line really enjoys being around people. You really enjoy being around the people that you are closest to. So you kind of have this, not a war necessarily, I don't like that word, but like you have this push-pull where like you want to be by yourself and you want to have this time to yourself, but at the same time, you kind of also want to be around the people that you have created these foundational relationships with. And so much of being a 2-4 is allowing yourself to have both things, to want both things at the same time, and realizing that both of these things can be true at once. You don't have to pick, one or the other. You get to have both. You get to have both energies in your chart and it be okay. Like, you don't have to pick one thing. At the same time, being a 2-4, because you are born naturally wise and naturally knowing all of these things, you can't always explain it. Like, you can't always explain why you know what you know. You just know what you know. And that can be really difficult for some people to deal with, because they want to know, oh, well, how do you know this? And where did you get all this information? And then you're just like, I don't know. I just know. Like, you can take it or you can leave it, but like, I can't explain to you why I know what I know. I just know what I know, you know? And that can be a little bit difficult for people to understand, especially people who aren't necessarily involved in this work, because they just want to know, well, how do you know what you know, you know? And it's just like, I couldn't tell you. I really couldn't tell you. But that's the thing about 2/4s, is that you have this kind of, like, you always have to be aware of, what do I need in this moment? Do I need to be alone? Do I want to be alone right now? Do I want to be around people? And kind of just honoring that in every moment. And it requires you to be very aware, basically. I'm just, I don't even know what to think at this point. Like, cause thank you. Oh my gosh, you're welcome. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. Cause like, here my crown center is defined, and my Ajna center is defined. And, oh my God. Oh my God. Like, I'm just like, what? Because I've always kind of resonated with having an open Ajna center. Like, when I first learned that about myself, I was like, oh yeah, open Ajna for sure, that's me. And now my Ajna being defined, I'm like, wait a second, wait. You know, and it's just, For anyone else who has looked up their Sidereel human design, how do you feel about this? Like, am I the only one that's kind of freaking out a little bit? Like, am I the only one who's like, wait, is it just me? I don't know. Let me know if it's just me, or is, cause like, what? I don't, freaking out for sure. Okay. I felt confused and didn't understand. Okay, cool. I'm glad it's not just me. Cause the math, I don't know if it's mathing. I don't know if the math is mathing. A reader told me it's what you embody as you mature. You know, okay. I could stop saying okay. Okay, stop. I can't. This is so interesting. Like, I feel that, like, that makes more sense. Like, more of a growing into it, rather than, you know, this being what you are in this moment. Oh, wow. I'm like, wow. Let me make sure. Did I miss anything? 2/4, 11:30. Can you tell me about the channel 11:33? 11:30. I don't. Do you mean 13:33? Wait, am I getting that wrong? Wait a minute. I could be wrong. It might be. Is it? Do you mean 13:33 or 11:56? Let me know, because I could. I'm trying to think. 13. Okay. 13. I was like, wait, is there 11:33? Oh no. Okay, so I believe 11. Wow. See, now I'm doing it. I believe 13:33 is the channel of witnessing wisdom. And the thing about this channel is that it's all about seeing the bigger picture. You are able to take other people's stories and see the wisdom behind it and use that wisdom to share with other people. So even when, like, you have this uncanny ability, and that's the thing about gate 13. Gate 13 is the gate of secrets and stories. And if you have this gate defined, which obviously you do because you have a channel, you are able to, I can't even talk, oh my God. You have the ability to make other people feel heard and feel validated when you listen to their stories. You have an uncanny ability to do this. And with this channel defined, you have the ability to, while you're making someone feel heard, while you're making someone feel recognized and feel validated for their experience, you're able to take their experience and see the greater wisdom behind it, and then take that wisdom and share it with other people. So you're able to teach other people through the lens of someone else's experience. So you don't have to necessarily experience something in order to help other people with that specific experience, because you've heard this experience from someone else, and you can now take and synthesize that information and make it applicable for someone else's situation because you've almost experienced it through their eyes. Does that make sense? I feel like that sounded very esoteric, but it's a way of relating wisdom to other people without you necessarily having to go out and experience these things for yourself. This is why people tell me their secrets. Yeah. And you know what? You are the second person this week that has that gate defined who has said that exact same thing. Like, people are always coming up to me and just telling me their whole life story. I'm like, well, yeah, that's the gate 13. They're drawn to you. And it's, but yeah, so, and that's a really, really powerful channel because you are able to gather so much wisdom just from listening. Like, you don't have to go out and experience anything. If you just listen to other people, you can literally take away so much knowledge from that. So much knowledge from that. Wow. I can't even focus. I can't even focus. This is ridiculous. Like I needed something else to be obsessed with. Thank you, Carl. Thank you so much. Thank you. This is just great. Then they meet gate 6 and what? You're so welcome. I can't. Oh my goodness. Wait a minute. Yeah, I'm gonna need a minute. So, can you dive into what a 5-2 projector now? Okay, so we all know about projectors. Projectors are the guides. So being a 5-2, oh my God, this is so crazy. Okay, so being a 5-2 means you have a transpersonal karma, which means you're meant to focus on the growth of the collective rather than your own personal growth, right? The 5s are the problem solvers. You're the people who are constantly thinking outside of the box and coming up with solutions that no one else has thought of before. Yeah, but at the same time with that 2 line, you don't necessarily have to go out and find the solution to a problem because you already have so much innate knowledge. So the key to being able to solve these problems and think outside of the box is allowing yourself that time alone. And another thing about 2 lines, what's really important for 2 lines is that accessing your wisdom, accessing your innate knowledge is less about sitting down and forcing yourself to study and more about playing. Like, normally, in general, when I work with clients who have 2s in their profile, when they're tapping into their innate knowledge, they're not sitting down and reading, they're not studying, they're not going through flashcards or things like that. They're literally playing. They are playing around with the knowledge that they have, and it's just naturally coming up as the situation calls for it. So this can be playing video games. This can be playing with Legos or with blocks or like whatever. I have a friend who, oddly enough, I think she is a 5-2. And the way that she connects with her innate wisdom is through swimming. She loves to swim. She loves being in the water. And whenever she has like a big test to study for, or she's working through a problem and she can't seem to solve it, she will go swimming. And she will play around in the pool. She has her little, like, you know those things you throw into the pool and they sink to the bottom and you have to go down and get like those dive toys? She will just swim in the pool all day. And get out of the pool and magically she has the answer to the problem, or magically she knows exactly what she needs to do. That is the power of a 2-line. You don't necessarily need to go out and study. You need to come back inward. You need to allow yourself to play and access the wisdom that is already within you. So that's really the magic of being a 2-line. You don't need anyone or anything else outside of you to give you the wisdom, because you already have it. I love doing that with friends. Yes. 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 Okay, so my phone's about to die. My phone's about to die and my brain is fried. So we're gonna end this live here, but I will be back. I will be back tomorrow after I've processed all of this and my head is back on straight. Serious question. Serious answer. Are you talking numerology? I actually don't know a whole lot about numerology. I know a little bit from, my work with tarot, but no, I don't know a whole lot about numerology. We're actually talking about human design, which kind of has its own different set of rules than numerology does. But I can see why you would think that. Why is my computer being weird? Because why not? Okay. 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 Numerology. Okay. Gate 59. Is this why people think I want to be into? Wait. Okay. Okay. Yes. Well, maybe. Okay. So gate 59 is the gate of intimate bonds, right? It's all about connecting with people, right? But the thing about it, this is actually one of my sun gates. There's 2 main ways that people with this gate kind of go about connecting with people. It's either through creative endeavors like business partnerships or creative projects and things like that, or it's more of a, sexual, intimate connection type thing. So those are the 2 main ways that people with this gate connect with people. So, yes, this gate could be a reason why. And it depends on the context, honestly, because when I first discovered human design and I realized that gate 59 was such a prominent part of my chart, I was like, oh, that makes so much sense. I have a very strong urge to connect with people creatively, and intimately. It's a very important part. When I'm in a relationship with someone, it's a very important part of the relationship for me. Yeah. And I find that when I'm being stifled in one area, like if I'm being stifled creatively, it also stifles that very intimate part of me. So they're very intimately connected. So if you're feeling very creative, that energy will also spill over into, the more intimate side of things. They're very intrinsically connected with each other. So that could be a reason. Yes. But it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be, because like I said, we all kind of interact with these energies in a different way, It's taking a turn. Okay. On that note, I'm gonna go. I will be back probably tomorrow once I have processed. But thank you everyone who joined my live, everyone who liked, everyone who followed. Thank you for spending time with me. Thank you for being here. Carl, thank you for sharing. Thank you for my next existential crisis. Apparently this is exactly what I needed today. Have a great rest of your day as well. Thank you. And I will see you in the next live.